Gonna get it going so I have it. So just mine too. We're gonna try to keep this just like right here, just for the camera angle shot. And other than that, we're about to go live. So let's get those headphones.
And should I look at you or look at
look at me? Yeah, don't even think about that. Yeah, it doesn't even exist. All right, pause this, and we're gonna go live here. Rawan in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another installment of LA Lifestyle with your host, PvP. We are back out here on KQBH-LP in Los Angeles, California on 101.5 FM, a community service of Boyle Heights Arts Conservatory, broadcasting live on your FM dial and streaming on lpfm.la. And I hope everybody's had an amazing weekend. We just actually had a little system come in, a little wet right now, so I hope everybody is staying dry. Everybody out there driving, listening to us, or anybody just drinking a nice hot cup of tea, listening to us on the FM dial in their home, staying warm and toasty, waiting for this work week coming up. But guys, I'm excited to be back here. It's going to be a fun episode. We're switching it up a little bit, per request of all our listeners and everybody that likes to hit me up in these DMs. I always love those DMs, they're the best. We have a female guest out here tonight, and we have Miss Rawan Ali out here from Anaheim, California.
Hello,
we could say.
yes.
So we have what you say. You said R&B, right? It was kind of more your genre.
Yes, R&B.
So we have an R&B singer out here tonight, and we're just gonna dive into her world and talk about her journey. She just also dropped some merch. She was showing me too when we just walked in here. So she's got some new merch out too. We'll get into that. But Rawan, welcome to LA Lifestyle.
Thank you
for coming out. And we'll just start off. Just go ahead and introduce yourself, and just for my audience, just tell a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and your background.
Right, of course. Firstly, I would like to say thank you for having me here.
Of course.
And I appreciate it. So, a little bit more about me is I am a Middle Eastern from Iraq R&B artist. I do a lot of like singing, dancing. I'm more into like diverse into everything. And I'm currently living in Anaheim. I moved to LA when I was like 19. I moved by myself to pursue my music career and to do whatever it takes to like inspire people. And my goal is to literally, years from now, like to achieve my goals. And
and when did these goals to you become obtainable in your mind? Like, when did you really set the pace, like, and really hit the gas with everything?
I must say the struggle. When like I believe the struggle is part of life. Like I struggled too much to the point where like I have to do it, and like the hardest I see it, like the harder I see, I'm like, let me push more, and it becomes so serious. Like when you have a passion, you have to be obsessed with what you do, with what you love. Like there's no giving up, there's no backup plan. And for me, if I want something, it's mine today, tomorrow, year from now. If I want it, it's gonna be mine, like no matter what. And
definitely.
Yeah.
And so wow, you just summed that up really great right there.
Yeah.
But guys, we have her out here, an Iraqi singer. She R&B singer too. We've checked out her music. We're actually too. We'll play that Sacrifices for you. We're gonna spin that tonight because not exclip, because we have the man himself watching over here. So we're gonna actually, you guys will be able to listen to her music. I like that track. You flow. The way your voice and everything, how it blends in that beat. I like it. So I got it saved on my Spotify playlist. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Appreciate
so, but moral of it is, though, how long have you been making music, like, seriously? Like, how long has this been your, I guess, profession?
When I moved to LA, I kind of did, like, I even got into acting, photography, and modeling, and, like, to the point where, like, okay, music is my thing right now. Music, it's the way to go. And I took it so serious after, like, a lot of, like, practicing. For me, I write, I do everything when it comes to music myself. It's like a whole people job. It's one person, it's me. And I took it so seriously because I've been singing since I was, like, 6 years old. Like, I've been, like, a little baby, and my family would be like, oh, we already know what she gonna be when she grows up.
And what kind of music did you start singing when you were 6 years old?
Like I just keep singing like random songs like Titanic or any other, Celine Dion back in that day, and any song that comes to mind.
Very harmonic, a lot of melody, a lot of like orchestrated music.
Right,
very symphonic.
But that changed. I like my whole personality changed. Where like I'm an R&B artist right now. Like I'm into a lot of R&B. Like I'm like the hip hop, the R&B, the emotion. I was like, this is what I love to do. And my inspiration is Tink. and like Lil Durk, of course Chris Brown, and like listen for these artists for years, that I realized that I want to make this type of music, and to relate that to my culture, since there's no Iraqi female singer songwriter on R&B, so I want to dive. I said, let me dive in and create something that's gonna inspire people that no one ever done before.
And that right there too. I actually was just looking at a friend's profile from a small town up where I'm from. Same thing. There's no one doing this type of thing. You know, put yourself out there, really set the bar. And so what? For you, what really sets you so different, aside from, you know, you're an Iraqi R&B singer, what do you think your biggest advantage is as a singer being out here in LA? Like, what does it do for you?
I think it fulfills my happiness. It fulfills my personality. And, you know, back in our culture, women just like finish college, get married, have kids, like normal basic life. I stepped down like, there's more, there's ambitions, there's goals, there's travels, there's a lot more than just getting married, having simple easy life, depending on someone else. I said, like, being here in LA, it had been a dream since I was in high school, like a sophomore year. Freshman year, I used to look up LA as a city and look around like, oh, LA is my dream.
And you said you were living in Colorado and Oregon, right?
Yeah, I used to live in Colorado, and then I moved to Oregon. But in Colorado, when I was like a sophomore, a junior year, or all my high school years, looking up LA. So we're like, I got obsessed. Even when I got to United States, I was 13 years old. We landed in LA, and then went to Colorado. So when I landed in LA, I was like, yeah, that's what I see myself being here after I graduate. So let me just focus on studies, work hard, and then move here, because LA has always been a dream.
When you were 13, you already had it set in your mind as a teenage girl. You're like, wow, I just flew all the way from another part of this world. And this was your first time in the United States, right? And that was your introduction, was LAX. Wow.
Yeah.
You got through that. Well, it's such a pain in the you-know-what when you go there. So when you went there, was there any overlay here in Los Angeles? Like, did you just immediately stay at the airport and go to Colorado, or did you and your family, like, did you have some time to kind of move around LA at all before? Or?
No, we just landed, and I see it in the airplane. We just landed in the airport. I was looking around, and I felt LA without even being inside the city. I saw Hollywood.
It'll do that to you.
I saw Hollywood from the window. I said, yeah, this is. And I came to Colorado. I did not like it. It's like all snowy and it's like cold. I went to Oregon. That even worse for me. So I'm like, I want LA. So I worked 3 jobs when I was in Oregon. I worked 3 jobs. And to do everything that it takes to go to LA. Like, this is like a destination.
You did it.
Yeah, and now I see myself, I can't be anywhere else but being in LA, making music, making my dreams come true, because that's where the opportunities are.
Well, you worked hard for it. I mean, so, you know, you were 13, you lived out in Colorado and Oregon, and then, I mean, you put your mind to it. And when you were working those 3 jobs, I mean, was there any time for yourself, or you just had that vision? You're like, I'm going to get there, I'm going to achieve these goals, but this is the goal right now.
Yeah, I said this is the goal right now. So I even when I was working 3 jobs, I had my headphones on. I was like, yeah, I want this beat, I want that beat. So I was already preparing beats while working. So also like multitasking what I'm doing. So like I said, this is the goal. Like, I got no time. I'm not gonna wait till like 2021 or go to community college. I went to college 3 times and I dropped out. I said, it's not for me. My parents not have to force it. People don't have to force it. It's not for me. I dropped out. I went to like Portland Community College, and I got there from the first day. I said, Dad, let's get out of here. And I booked my flight a week after that. I said, Dad, let me just get out of here. And I just left the college without even completing my application. So I'm like, I booked my flight. I was like, I have to do this.
You know what's going to be beneficial for you, and at least you have a support system like that. And your dad was like, okay, like, she knows that this isn't going to work out. At least he didn't make you stay there. Can you imagine if he made you stay there and do that, and like all the, you know, like who knows where your life would have been.
But he didn't. My whole family did not agree for me to be an artist. Definitely not. They were not. They're not supportive until now. They see what I'm doing. They see I'm happy right now. Now they're agreeing what I'm doing. But before that,
they said, no one on my side. You need to do this. You should do this. This is what's going to be best for you.
Yeah, go to college, be with us, stay here in depressing Oregon. I said, like, I'm young and I got life ahead of me. So I still love my parents, but...
You don't love Oregon.
No, never.
And so we were talking about, you're listening to music, you had producers, you had all of that. Where do you get your beats? Are you working with anybody specific here in the Los Angeles area? Do you get your beats offline? Do you go to BeatStars? How do you get your beats for your production?
So it depends. Sometimes I get mine through BeatStars. Sometimes I get mine through like producers that I work with from Canada. They send me like their like tracks and beats, and we do like sometimes exclusive. Sometimes we do like leasing. So it depends on like what kind of beats I like, and I make a decision. But yeah.
And so is it more R&B, or like are there times where you'll get like a beat that's kind of maybe a little R&B, and then it just really like you're like, oh, you know what? Like I could rock with that. Like
yeah, it depends. It's like sometimes like any beat. I'm an R&B artist, but open to everything. I'm even working right now on Indian song. That's like way different. Or what I'm doing, I'm working on like some Indian songs. And I'm like, let me try something out. Maybe I got fan base from India, like something like that. Like I say, I'm an R&B artist, but I'm more open to do anything: pop, hip hop, R&B, anything.
And with this Indian song, are you collabing with the Indian artist?
No,
or you're just going at it like, boom, we're gonna send it on this.
Yeah, but I had friends that helped me like write it, because when you translate it, it's different.
And is this so you obviously, over in Iraq y'all speak Arabic, right?
Yes.
And in India, would you be speaking
Hindi?
So is Arabic and Hindi similar, or can you speak both languages?
No, Arabic and Hindi is pretty like different. It's not like we got similar words, but they're different. But for me, I grew up watching a lot of Bollywood since I was 7. So I'm like like Hollywood by the morning, Bollywood by night. So I'm trying to do everything to the point where like, yeah, I'm settled right now. I know what I'm doing. I kind of have passion everywhere, but it's all connected to our music.
And do you see yourself with your music like making Arabic like written, like the whole entire track is written in Arabic?
Yes, but that have to be hip hop and R&B. I can't just be like, well, like Arabic, because Arabic is hard. Like I'm Middle Eastern female, and I see like Arabic is really hard to sing. Like I'm like, no, I'm like level 1 to these people.
What makes it hard to sing? Is it the enunciations, or is it the like what is, like, to me, obviously I speak English. I see letters, and then when I look at Arabic, I see symbols, right? So is it more of like, what's the difference between English and Arabic, really?
It's just the singing, the tone, like it have to have something special, like a strong voice, not a hip hop or rap voice. If I do any Arabic song in the future, it gotta be more into like hip hop and rap.
It's gotta have like a hip hop vibe to really draw, because like you say, there isn't too many female R&B singers in Iraq, period. So then you're trying to come at them with some Arabic, Iraqi R&B vibes, and it's not going to blend well.
So like, let me be the first one and create history and do something different that no Iraqi female have ever done.
Is there any like notable artists out of Iraq that have made like a fan base outside of the Middle East or Iraq?
I believe so, yes. But we have rappers in Iraq. We have a lot of like, even they even rap in English and stuff. But as a R&B female artist, I've not seen. Like I just see myself like that.
And what parts of Iraq do you see this? Because I know it's like a war-torn nation and stuff like that. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on over there. What parts of Iraq are thriving right now? Like in terms of just like kind of getting back on track, or music, right? Like you said, like there's a good music culture. Like is there anything like that that's established over there with everything that's going on? Or is it hard to maintain that?
Of course, like in Iraq, it's so easy to go viral because people are so like curious about what's going on in music, and when it comes to celebrities and being famous, Iraq is more like, it's so easy to go viral over there. People are like curious of what's going on because the country's like upgrading, like it's becoming better, and we're more into the artistic world in Iraq right now. So it's easy if I make any Arabic song or Iraqi song right now and then do some like hard work on it, it blows up over there, but I haven't figured this thing out yet.
Yeah. And have you gone back at all to Iraq, and do you have any like aspirations to try and go and maybe go to some shows over there? Like what are some of the bigger cities over there in
I'm
Iraq?
gonna say Baghdad is the capital. That's the biggest cities. I'm not from there, my mom from there, but I'm from Mosul. That's like more into like the north.
And is it like a fairly like a good population out there?
Yeah. Like Baghdad is like diverse. It has like all people from all over the cities. Like sometimes they are located in Baghdad. It's like the capital. But for me, going back there, I see myself in the future. Like maybe if I got the good opportunity and a good tone, if I agree with everything that's going on, I can't just be like catching an opportunity or like I'm an R&B and right now I'm singing Iraqi. It's kind of like okay, we have to work some things out for me to agree on it.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because I'm just always so curious with people from other countries and foreign countries. Like, I've had Hondurans on the show. I've had people, wide variety of guests on the show, and I'm always so curious to see like what it would be like to do like an open mic tour of the world. And like go to like all these different countries. Like you have America, we have LA, right? We have our open mic, we have our vibe here. Like, let me go to an open mic in Mexico City. Let me go to a open mic over in Bangkok. Let me go to an open mic in Sydney, Australia. Right? Like, everybody's bringing like a different energy. And what's kind of the biggest thing for you in terms of like a show? Let's talk about some showcases because, like I said, I've discovered you through Underground Live. Shout out Prophecy and Danny Boy.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, they just had another sellout. Man, those guys have been ripping.
I know.
They've been ripping.
They be killing it.
Well, I mean, they're doing it. They're doing it. Shout out Underground Live.
Yeah.
Batch Records. But with showcases for you, what's your approach? Like, how are you walking into this event? How are you tackling this event? Like, being from where you are, like, do you ever, like, get anxiety? Like, oh, are they going to like me? Like, or, this or that, but you're so different, that just kind of goes out the back door.
Yeah, and I did literally 3 times in my life. I did shows, like, 2 times. Like, the last time I performed with Danny Boy, and that was, like, that's my second show ever. And I went there being so confident. For me, being on shows, there's no anxiety, there's nothing but confidence and like let's go, let's get it, and talking to an audience, having like eye contact with the audience. Because for me, I don't get anxiety or anxious or like, oh, they're gonna like me or not, because I have so much confidence and faith in myself. So all these, like, even my heart doesn't beat before stage. I just go in, do my song, and just there, and I enjoy the time. Because for me, it's not like, oh, big shows, small shows, open mics, it's all the same.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if there's 5 people or 5,000 people.
No.
You're still going to give
even
them the
one
same
person
energy.
or 10,000 people, I'm still going to go there and be me and interacting with the audience and having a good time. Because these for me is never about like anxiety, being scared, or I'm nervous. Never. If I can go to The Voice right now or American Got Talent.
Oh, you're gonna tear it up.
Yeah, I love shows, man. Anytime.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And so with the shows though, do you have like any shows coming up or anything like that? Is there opportunity right now for anybody to come check you out at an event coming up? Or
I don't have any events coming up. I'm currently focusing on like the merch that I dropped today.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
So you got your own merch line. What's available right now? So is it hoodies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats? What do you got going on?
So I designed my own website myself. I put like the shop and everything. So there's like hoodies, there's like crop tops and like sweatpants, and they're like sweatshirts as well. Yeah, it's just something to start off with. Even a phone case that have my message on it. When it comes to like I Got Me as a song, and I got my message on it, so I just dropped that today. And I don't got no shows right now coming up. It's just for me right now focused on dropping the next singles.
Okay, there you go. You're just trying to build the vault. You're trying to stay consistent
Yeah.
because you said you're dropping every 2 months, a single every 2 months?
Yeah, but before I drop a song, I have to plan a strategy. Like a strategy of content, strategy of ads, strategy of targeting the audience that connect to that song. It's just like a love song or rapping or that. I have to work so hard to get the audience that love that. It's like a 30 days and 60 days strategy before I release what kind of content, ads, everything, pre-saves.
Everybody get your notebook and pen out right now. We got marketing 101 or for one. I mean, that's legit though. Advice I got when I told you I was an electrician. I did a bunch of stuff before all this. One of the things my boss had told me is like, if you're going to run a business, you got to have a 30-day, a 60-day, 90-day, 1 year, and 5 year. Always as a business owner. And that's like, I hear this so much more and more and more now with you. You're just like, oh wow, like I have the 30, I got the 60. And like, that is a good business owner. That is someone who has everything in line. Cause like, I work with a lot of people and it's like, oh, play it by ear. Oh, this and that. But it's like, That's lame. Like, just a day at a time. Like, why can't you put a lot of energy and plan, say, a festival or a show for 2 months and then release the show on everything and then push and sell the show for 3 to 4 months?
As an artist, you have to know the business. You have to know what you're doing. You can't be like, oh, my manager know this. I don't got to deal with it. You have to know the business and what you're doing when it comes to ads, marketing, publishing. So when the right agent or the right label come at you, you know the business. You know what's going on. So every artist have to know their business because you're an artist. You have to know what's going on out there. What's your business looks like. How your money coming in. Through merch, shows,
and that's the thing. And people don't even understand. They think like when you get plays, I think it's just been put out there. Everybody knows now. You don't make money on streams these days. You won't. I mean, shout out to anybody that's getting a 99-cent sale on iTunes. Shout out to anybody that's
shout out to me.
Yeah, shout out to anybody that's still. I mean, getting $5 for your burnt album on a CD at a show. Most times I've seen people are trying to get $5, and then when they get on their set, they take the whole entire stack of CDs. Anybody that wants a CD can have one.
Right.
So I see it 99% of the time. I see people put all this energy, all this money, and then they just give up. And it's like, bro, there is someone out there that knows your value and is going to be willing to pay for that.
Right. Like, and I know so many artists that have been in the business for 10 years and they don't know what BMI is.
They don't know what ASCAP is. They don't know none of that.
The ads be like, how these people get a lot of views? The ads, people push
it's because too these record labels really kept a fine lock on a lot of these. It took enough artists getting messed over to then go out, the power of social media, exposing what you can do as an independent artist. I mean, I've always listened to independent hip hop since I was 2004. I was 8 years old, so 20 years I've been listening to independent record labels. But I never got it, and for 10 of those 20 years, independency was always pushed aside, and it was like, oh, these people don't make money, but actually, those artists were making more money than those major labels ever were. 100% of their masters.
Yeah, record labels don't want you to know the business because any money that being cut out, like they know the game, you know the game, so they get you blindly not understanding what's going on, so it's easy to get advantage.
Yeah, and that's what's unfortunate about it too. And like, you know, I am thankful too, you know, shout out Risk Takers.
Yeah.
Thankful for my label because, you know, my manager's transparent and he's like, yo, you know, this is due at the end of the month. He's like, y'all owe this. It's not like outrageous, like, you owe me $100,000. No, it's like, you know, oh, you know, you owe me, you know, a little bit for this, a little bit for that. But it's getting paid up.
Of course.
So when my time comes for my residuals and our splits, it's not going to be like, well, you made this, but and then you now I owe you money because all the money I made went to that.
Yeah.
So that's where a lot of these artists too, you know.
Knowledge is power, man. Knowledge is power. Like you think as an artist, people think they know everything, but there's a lot of details and there's a lot of things that
are left out.
Definitely.
A lot of things, and then it's money, it's power, it's monopolization of everything. I mean, for instance, an artist I listen to, Kali Buds, he's a reggae artist.
Yeah.
One of his best albums I've been listening to since I was a kid dropped 16 years ago, and he just got out of the hole for that. Like, he now is an artist. He's been a big artist for 20 years, and he's finally making money.
Wow.
Let that sit in. That's Kali Buds. It goes to the big reggae festivals, or has worked with Damian Marley, Stephen. And 20 years. Krayshawn, her track, Gucci, Louis, I've been doing, she's still paying that off. She's not making money as an artist. You don't hear about her anymore because, well, everything she makes, it goes right back to Sony.
Crazy.
And that's,
Crazy.
You know, so guys.
You have to read the papers.
Lesson number 1 tonight that you have learned is we are here to help you. We are here to help support you.
Of course.
And give you the knowledge that's not being tossed around. And, you know, just to everyone, if you are just joining us, we're out here. This is LA Lifestyle with your host, PvP, and my guest tonight, Rawan Ali, Iraqi R&B singer who has blessed us with her presence tonight. And we are going to get into a little intermission here, and we are going to play a couple of her songs. She's got her music out on DSPs right now, so we're going to take a little 5-10 minute intermission here. And I remember when I asked her which one I should play, she said Sacrifices.
Because we sacrifice every single day.
So